Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm Lena, this is Lena's Bookshelf, and today we're trying a little bit of a different angle. I'm not sure how I feel about it yet, but we will figure it out. Let me know if you like this type of background or if it's a little bit too busy, too much. But this is my living room. A lot of my books are here, and so I thought maybe it'd be fun to kind of show off my favorite part of my house. This right here is my favorite part of my house. So let me know what you think of it. So today we are doing the Summer Loving book tag. So this tag, it's new. It was created by Heather from Bookables. I have been subscribed to Bookables for a long time. When I first got into BookTube, Bookables is one of the first channels that I found, and I love watching Heather. I've been watching her for a long time. I've loved watching her family grow over the past couple of years. So I will have her channel and the original tag video linked below. I have the questions here in front of me, and so some of these might be a stretch because I read more thrillers than romance, and some of these questions lean a little bit more towards like the sweet romance side. So we'll see. So I have all my books here beside me. I have the questions in front of me here, and let's get into it. I have the gingerbread Nespresso coffee pod today. I'm trying to use up some of my pod before I order some new ones. So the gingerbread was a limited edition flavor at Christmas, and I don't know that I would repurchase it, but I'm enjoying having a little bit of Christmas in July. Okay, so the first question number 1, Sand in Your Toes. So a book that's perfect to read on the beach. So this might be a cop-out, but of course I have to go with Beach Read by Emily Henry. This was the first Emily Henry book that I read. I know she's written some YA before she started writing adult romance, but I haven't really delved into that. I'm not really a YA reader, but I really enjoyed this. Some people say that this is misleading because the cover makes you think it's going to be like at Myrtle Beach on the ocean front or something like that, and it's not. It's more based on the shores of, I believe, a lake, and it is a little bit more of a hard-hitting romance, but I still think that it would be great to read on a beach vacation because you do still get some of that ambiance, and it has a little bit of everything. It's emotional, it's not just frilly. It does have some adult relationship aspects in it, but it's not like smutty by any means. So I just think this is a good, wholesome vacation read. Question number 2 is Summer Thunderstorm, a book that truly spooked you. So for this, I went with 56 Days by Catherine Ryan Howard, and this is a pandemic thriller based in Ireland. So these two people, they meet, they start dating, and they realize they want to get to know more about each other, but then the country totally shuts down for 2 weeks. So they actually decide to quarantine together so that they can continue getting to know each other. And the reason this spooked me is because this woman thinks that she is stuck in this apartment with a serial killer. And so I was just thinking about how scary would it be to not be able to leave your house and thinking that your roommate is a serial killer. And so you're scared to leave your house, but then you're also scared to be out in the world because there's this pandemic going on that they still didn't know much about. And so they're probably worried to stay home, but also worried to go out because she wasn't sure if she was gonna get sick and die. And then the twist of this at the end was also pretty spooky too. Like, I kind of saw it coming a little bit, like a couple pages before it happened. I kind of saw it coming, but it was still really well done. So this was a little bit spooky. Not necessarily because I'm afraid of COVID or I was afraid of the pandemic or anything, but just the idea of feeling like you're not safe anywhere and then learning that everything you thought you knew is just completely false. So question number 3 is Heating Up, a book that was seriously steamy. So for this, I'm going to go with The Worst Best Man by Mia Sosa. And I read this a few years ago, and this is probably my favorite romance book that I have ever read. So you're following a wedding planner in DC, and she is fighting for a job to plan this big fancy wedding for this high level person. And she is actually competing to get the spot of wedding coordinator with a guy that she hates that was the best man of a wedding she was in a long time ago. So it's kind of an enemies to lovers situation, but it's really steamy because they go to this weekend getaway and they almost have to pretend like they're a couple. So this has close proximity, it has fake dating trope, it has enemies to lovers trope, and the adult relationship scenes were really good. I just loved everything about this romance. Like I said, it's probably the best one that I've read. I don't think I've read anything else by Mia Sosa, but I definitely should. Question number 4 is Rained Out, a book that you were anticipating but was let down immensely. Gwen and Jesse, don't hate me. I got about 100 pages into this and was just so completely bored. I have soft DNF'd this for now. I read about 100 pages and I was really bored. You're following a family who kind of gets stuck on this island in the middle of Australia, and there's just a lot of dialogue, there's a lot of characters. It's confusing. Everybody's talking at once and I kind of have no idea what's going on. And I even tried the audiobook and I don't like the voices in the audiobook. I just haven't liked anything about this book in 100 pages. So I think it's a soft DNF for now, which is really sad because this has been one of my most anticipated thrillers of the year. Ashley's Little Library loved this. Gwen liked it. Jessie liked it. But I might try to pick it up again. Maybe I wasn't in the right mood for it. I don't know. But for right now, it's a soft DNF. Very let down. Question number 5 is vacay mode. So a book that features a vacation. And again, this is another kind of obvious cop-out, but it's People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry. This is about a man and a woman that are best friends and they go on these vacations every summer together. And then a couple years ago, something sketchy happened and they haven't really talked in a couple of years, so they're kind of giving themselves one last chance to rekindle their friendship and make a vacation work again. And this had so many vacation vibes, all different types of vacation vibes, and just everything about vacations and everything I love about vacations was in here. They also have one of those vacations where kind of everything goes wrong, and I had those vacations as well. So it was kind of fun to read about that when it wasn't actually happening to me. Number 6 is Road Trip. So a book that's all about a road trip. And for that, I'm gonna go with Keeping Lucy by T. Greenwood. If you're new to my channel, you may not have heard me talk about this, but if you've been around for a while, you've probably heard me beat this book into the ground. I think everybody needs to read this book. It's a very light historical fiction. It's based in the late 60s, early 70s, and it's about a woman who gives birth to a daughter that has some intellectual disabilities, and against her will, the daughter was taken and put into a institution for children. And when she's able to go visit her daughter in this institution, she realizes that she's being very maltreated, neglected, and so she basically takes her daughter Lucy and goes on the run with her. They get in the car and they just start driving. And so there's a lot of road trips vibes. She drives all the way down the East Coast throughout the course of this book. So this is such a great book. It's probably going to be on my list of best books of the year. Number 7 is Amusement Park. So we have a book that felt like a roller coaster. And for that one, I'm gonna go with The Hunting Lives by May Cobb. I did a reading vlog on this a couple months ago. I will link that up in the cards and also down below. It was a collab with my friend Elizabeth Gordon, so definitely check out her reading vlog as well. But this was such a roller coaster because I liked it and then I hated it and then I liked it again and then I was repulsed and then I was appalled and then I liked it again and then I was grossed out and then I was disappointed. It gave me every emotion possible throughout the course of reading this book, so it was definitely a roller coaster. Question number 8 is Ice Cream, so a book that was deliciously sweet, and for that I'm gonna go with If the Shoe Fits by Julie Murphy, and this is a Cinderella retelling. So you're following Cindy and she is plus size and she decides to go on a bachelor type show. And I think she originally did it as kind of a like stick it to the man type of thing, and then she ends up falling in love with the guy, of course, and she's obsessed with shoes, and this was just really sweet. Pretty typical, you know, it's kind of one of those books where you go in and you know exactly what's going to happen. It's a Cinderella retelling, but it still was fun. It was enjoyable. Question number 9 is Sunrises and Sunsets. So this is a book that has a sunrise or sunset on the cover or similar colors. So for that, I'm gonna go with Where the Crawdads Sing. I'm not sure if this is a sunrise or a sunset, but either way, we have the same vibes. And this is actually my current read. So I'm reading this right now, and it's about Kaya, who is a marsh girl. And so far, all that's happened is she's just growing up. I know that there is a little bit of a murder investigation at some point, and I'm actually vlogging this right now. So if that vlog is already up, I will link it. If not, I'll link it when it is up. But I'm vlogging my experience reading this, and then I'm also going to vlog my experience after watching the movie and kind of comparing them. So stay tuned for that. The last question is called Long Days. So it's the longest book you've read this year. So the longest book I've read so far this year is Kristen Hanna, The Four Winds. And this one, I also did a reading vlog for this one. It was in collaboration with my friend Jessie. Her channel is Reading with Jess. I'll also link that vlog. But this is, I think it's almost 500 pages. Yeah, I think it's like 460 or something, 460 pages, something like that. But this was good. It was a historical fiction. I gave it 4 stars. I am planning on picking up some more Kristen Hanna books. I just haven't yet But yeah, this is definitely the longest book I've read, but I have plans to read books that are even longer by the end of the year. Whew. All right, so that was all 10 questions for this summer loving book tag. I am gonna tag a few people. I'll list them below in the description box, but definitely if you wanna do this tag, it was super fun. It was fun to kind of get into some summer vibes, even though it's 60 degrees in Virginia right now and I'm drinking a Christmas drink. Whatever. It works. Let me know in the comments down below how you think I did. Let me know if you've read any of these books and if you enjoyed them. Please hit that subscribe button. It really helps out my channel, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!